Good evening, this is Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. Key by-poll results are out in 10 seats today and the BJP has marched ahead, winning 5 of them. But it's not such a bad day for the Congress. It's won 3 seats, including a narrow win in BJP-ruled Madhya Pradesh. However, it's a huge setback for AAP, which has lost its deposit in Delhi. So what do these results tell us? Is the BJP unstoppable, or has the Congress shown that it is still a force to reckon with? And is this the unravelling of AAP? Also tonight, an Indian man is sacked by his UAE employer for social media abuse against journalist Rana Ayub. We look at online abuse and trolling and ask whether India is doing enough to tackle it. But first tonight, the results for 10 assembly by-polls are out today and the BJP has won big in 5 of them, whereas the Congress hasn't done too badly either, winning 3 seats. This is the final tally. The BJP, for instance, has won in Dholpur in Rajasthan, a seat that had a lot of prestige at stake for Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje. However, here the Congress has accused the BJP of misusing the state machinery to win. In Dhemaji in Assam, the BJP candidate won by a margin of over 9,000 votes. The BJP also winning big in Himachal, 1 seat in Madhya Pradesh, as well as Delhi's Rajouri Garden. For the Congress, it's been a big day too. The party retained 2 key seats in Karnataka by big margins, but also has won a thriller of an election in Ater in Madhya Pradesh, which is a BJP-ruled state, by just 857 votes. So the Congress has actually managed to retain the number of seats that it had, whereas the BJP has made gains in 2. And there's also been today a big setback to the Aam Aadmi Party, which lost the Rajouri Garden seat in Delhi and also lost its deposit. The other winners today were the TMC in Bengal in 1 seat and the JMM in Jharkhand. What is also important is that the BJP has actually done pretty well in West Bengal as well, possibly emerging as the main opposition to Mamata Banerjee in the state. Well, joining us tonight to read those results for us, Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP, Atishi Marlena of the Aam Aadmi Party is with us, Aarti Jairat, a journalist and commentator in the studio. We'll be joined by the rest of our panel shortly. But Sambit, to you first, a big day for the BJP, and I can see you're wearing the Baisakhi colours. You're clearly in a good mood. How do you interpret these results for the BJP, Sambit?
Nidhi, happy Baisakhi to you, Aarti and Atishi, all of you, and the viewers as well. So definitely, I mean, it's very heartening, it's very great to learn about the good results that we have achieved in this by-polls and in the yesterday's polls of Uttar Pradesh and the other 4 states. We have formed government in the 4 states, but it is a sense of responsibility also. And we should have no tinge of arrogance in our voice when we speak about this kind of development, this kind of growth of Bharatiya Janata Party. Secondly, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi is concerned, this is a very big issue. The kind of victory that Bharatiya Janata Party has sought for itself in Rajouri Garden, because remember, it's just 1.5 years ago that in these elections we had lost badly and the Aam Aadmi Party had done overwhelmingly well. But today's result, it's not just a result, it's not just a defeat for the Aam Aadmi Party. Losing the deposit is something which is quite different. And I would say the Aam Aadmi Party has not just lost the deposit in Delhi, rather it has lost its credibility and the faith factor in Delhi. I mean, if Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is to be seen through this prism, I mean, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's most important aspiration was his own ambition. He wanted to become, he did not want to do. He wanted to be the chief minister by the evening and the prime minister by the morning. And when such is the scenario where your ambition takes over the aspiration of millions of people, then the intelligent people of this country make you lose your deposit somewhere in the middle way in the process of transferring yourself overnight from CM to PM-ship.
Okay, well,
so I believe it's a big
lesson
to the Aam Aadmi Party. But as far as BJP is concerned, it's a victory of the vision of the Prime Minister.
Okay, well, Sambit, we'll talk a little bit more about the BJP's big wins today in more detail. But Atishi, you know, aside from what Sambit said, I'm sure you would concede that this has been a very bad day for the Aam Aadmi Party. Not just losing Rajouri Garden, not just coming third, but having to lose your deposit. What do you think the voters are trying to tell you?
See, Nidhi, of course, it's unfortunate that we lost in today's election, but I think that a by-poll needs to be seen as an isolated incident. In this particular case, I think the people of Rajouri Garden were unhappy that their MLA actually resigned and left for Punjab. We tried our best to explain this to the people of Rajouri Garden, but it seems we failed. And I think it was this unhappiness with the fact of the MLA leaving that the people overwhelmingly voted against us. But I don't think that is representative of the people of Delhi. I think that we have ward elections, MCD elections coming up in 2 weeks' time. And as we campaign on the ground, we can see overwhelming support in favor of Aam Aadmi Party. People who have benefited from water bills being reduced, electricity bills being reduced, government schools being improved, mohalla clinics starting. So I think that the people of Delhi are supporting Aam Aadmi Party, and Rajouri Garden needs to be seen as an isolated incident.
All right, I'm going to take that to the commentators shortly. We have Jyotiraditya Scindia, Lok Sabha MP of the Congress party joining us tonight. And Mr. Scindia, it's a big day for you and certainly a big victory for the Congress in Madhya Pradesh, the Ater seat, which seems to have become quite a thriller, like a T20 match, some would say. 857 votes is your margin of victory. That's quite something.
Yes, Nidhi, this election in Ater, well, let me say, was not famous, but certainly became infamous because of the various malpractices that the BJP government tried to put in place in Ater, which was fortunately thawed by the Election Commission. So first of all, I'd like to thank the electorate of Ater for reposing their faith and trust in the Congress party. Secondly, I'd like to thank the workers of the Congress party that worked unitedly in this election to make sure that the Congress wins. I'd also like to thank the Election Commission for ensuring a free and fair polling process, which was tried to be thwarted by the BJP a number of times. And finally, I'd like to congratulate our candidate Hemant Kataria as well, who fought a very, very difficult and tough election. And we fought hand in hand together.
Mr. Scindia, at a time when your party, though, is really been down in the dumps, particularly after UP, despite the win in Punjab, the mood has generally been down. How important are these by-poll results for the Congress today? There are no gains for the party, but importantly, there are no losses. Either you've retained the number of seats by winning 3 seats, and importantly, you won a seat in a BJP-ruled state like Madhya Pradesh. How important is today for the Congress?
So, Nidhi, 2 points there. One, the general refrain that I hear from people such as yourselves all the time, which is in fact true, that in a by-poll, it's always the incumbent government that wins. And that generally 90% of the times is the case. But here in Madhya Pradesh, you have an example after a very, very long time where we have won against the tide of the incumbent government. And as you have been following this election yourself, it has been replete with a number of episodes, including the attacking of the Congress candidate, booth capturing, officers being posted there to vitiate the atmosphere. But in spite of all of this, we have stood up against the BJP government and we have won this election. And I think it's a very, very important landmark for the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh, wherein we see certainly where the Congress combines and works together, then we do have a wonderful opportunity of proving ourselves at the hustings.
So, do you acknowledge that infighting in your party in Madhya Pradesh is one of the reasons why the party has struggled in recent years, and that finally maybe things are changing?
Well, I think infighting is a reality in every single political party across the length and breadth of this country. You name me one political party that doesn't have infighting as part of its process. That being said, it's important that we are able to bring together people. And that was my single-minded goal in terms of trying to make sure that the Congress works as one single unit. And I think I must extend and thank every single worker of the Congress party that had this feeling in him and in her to ensure that the Congress wins this election. And that, I think, was the turning point in this election in Ater.
Well, Sambit, let me just ask you on Ater and the significance of that result, the fact that in a BJP-ruled state, the Congress has managed to pull off an important win today. How does the BJP see it?
As far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned, we have won 1 seat and the Congress has won the other seat. As far as Ater in particular is concerned, if my knowledge goes right, it was a seat held by the leader of opposition and it was a Congress stronghold always. So definitely Congress in fact has gone the way it has been all these years. But the bigger question is, the way the Bharatiya Janata Party is moving across the length and breadth of this country, and the way the Congress in fact is shrinking. One of the lessons drawn from the Ater constituency today is the day began today with the counting of Ater, where there were complaints by the candidate of Ater as well as tall congressmen that there were EVM malfunctioning in Ater. But finally they won in Ater. So naturally these kind of excuses where they were trying to find fault in the EVM machines have been silenced. So naturally this excuse finding exercise of the Congress party has been answered in Ater itself. I would say that it's not the EVM malfunctioning, it is the malfunctioning of the leadership of Rahul Gandhi which has shown the Congress the way it is today.
Alright, quick response from Mr. Scindia, then I'll come to the commentators here.
Well, all I have to say, Nidhi, is that the BJP doesn't know how to play in a sportsman's spirit. They can't accept defeat, and I think they, as they are exuberant in victory, they should also display a degree of humility in defeat. This seat has been a victory of the Congress party, and I think rather than looking for excuses, my friend Sambat should come up and say that this is one seat that the Congress has won. To say that it was held by the Congress party, Ater is a seat that has always been held once by the BJP and once by the Congress. But I think the Congress worked unitedly in this election, displayed and derobed all the corruption scams of this government, the facade of development and progress that this government has been trying to portray in Madhya Pradesh. And I think the real picture came out in front of the people, and the people voted for a change.
Okay, so let me just take what both of you have just said.
I think that this is a very, very good signal for the people in Madhya Pradesh, for the party in Madhya Pradesh.
I want to congratulate him.
We must take this forward
you may,
in Madhya Pradesh.
But in a bit, Sambit, that I think he's got you could have done, you can do that.
5 seconds. Congratulations in 5 seconds. I congratulate Jyotiraditya Scindia and the Congress party, and he has accepted that for the first time they have worked unitedly. So congratulations for the united fight in the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh.
All right. So let me ask Aarti and Ashok who are sitting here. Aarti, what is the big takeaway for you from today's results?
Well, you know, I don't agree with Atishi that these should be seen in isolation. Particularly because in some states there are very important elections coming up within the next 1.5 years.
In Delhi, you have the
Delhi
civic polls.
Immediately you have the MCD elections, and the fact that AAP lost its deposit. I mean, yes, there may have been local issues here regarding the candidate, but I think, you know, AAP must also understand that I fear that Delhi's romance with AAP is beginning to sour. And this loss in Rajouri Garden today will definitely have an impact on the MCD elections, where in any case the, you know, AAP is on the defensive, because, you know, after
Punjab,
after its loss in Punjab, it's no longer seen as a winner. You know, the BJP on the other hand, after its victory in UP, and UP being, you know, bordering Delhi, is seen as a winner today in Delhi. So I think AAP needs to, you know, do some introspection on this, that it's not just Janel Singh and Bagoda and, you know, what they're trying to say, that there's something much more to this. As far as the BJP is concerned, yes, the BJP has done very well, and, you know, congratulations, Sambit, for having done so well. But I think we need to look at the Karnataka elections, election results a little more closely, because elections are coming up next May in Karnataka. It's not very far away. The BJP is hoping to make big gains. In fact, Amit Shah has been talking about winning 150 seats in Karnataka. The fact that a sitting government, you know, managed to retain both the seats in Karnataka, I think, and you know, they had gotten 2 defectors from the Congress, the BJP.
So you think it sends a warning sign to the BJP
that
it may not be that easy in
That's
Karnataka?
right, that they shouldn't be overconfident and they shouldn't take things for granted. And it also shows the importance of local leaders in the Congress. Siddaramaiah is an important leader in Karnataka. This is not a victory of Rahul Gandhi or the Congress party as such. I would attribute this victory to Siddaramaiah. Similarly, even in Ater, I mean, I think Jyotiraditya Scindia had a lot to do with that victory. So, you know, if the Congress actually promotes local leaders and gives them play and lets them function, there is some hope for the Congress party.
So then, Ashok, would you say that when Sambit says that the Congress is shrinking, which it is, But is it too early to write off the Congress completely? Would that be a mistake? And B, what I also found significant was how the BJP did in West Bengal. That it's really now seems to be emerging as the principal opposition to Mamata Banerjee, which in the long run is very significant.
I wouldn't go to the extent of detecting a national trend from these by-elections, that would be a bit too much. But there are three significant state trends. One in Delhi, as Aarti very correctly said, for AAP to lose, it can happen, yes, it can be the isolated election which you lose. But for a ruling party to come down to losing its deposit is significant. Already some people are suggesting that the coming municipal elections will now not be between the BJP and and AAP as it was speculated, but probably between the Congress and the BJP. If that is true, then it's a good comeback for the Congress, even if the Congress comes second there. And it is a warning signal for AAP, if that is true. Of course, that remains to be seen. So I think a reading of Delhi will have to wait really till the municipal elections to see how far AAP has been really hit. Second, in Karnataka, again, I agree with her that we are seeing a bipolar contest. The BJP is uniting. Yediyurappa's voters have come back to the BJP. Yediyurappa has come back to the BJP. They were divided in 2013. They had gone into two separate parties. But also, the Janata Dal S seems to be moving closer to the Congress. There's been a couple of big defections from JDS, from Devegowda's party, to the Congress. So this is becoming a bipolar fight. The BJP is certainly better placed than it was in 2013, but is not a done deal yet. There is that last year will be a good, interesting year. In West Bengal, in the short run, there is no danger to Mamata Banerjee. Her opposition votes are being split and she's gaining ground. She's retaining her strength. But in the long run, it is fairly clear that the BJP is emerging as the number 2 party. It's still a distant number 2, but it's beating the left, it's leaving the left far behind. The left, if you want to take on Mamata, if you want to vote against Mamata, you are now moving towards the BJP rather than counting on the left.
You know what's important, and Atishi, let me ask you this. I mean, the reason that the AAP actually did so well in Delhi was because people who had traditionally voted for the Congress, decided to vote for the AAP. And the Congress has done really well in Rajouri Garden. I think their vote share has jumped by a huge margin. And as Ashok says, they may do very well in the municipal polls as well. Shouldn't it worry the AAP? That you've not been able to retain that voter base? What's gone wrong? I mean, somewhere you have to reflect that this is more than just an isolated bipole, as you called it.
I think that to really pass a judgment on what is the situation of Delhi, we need to wait for 2 more weeks for the results of the municipal elections. Because when we are going to campaign in Delhi, there is a lot of support for the Aam Aadmi Party, number 1. And number 2, Congress is nowhere to be seen. The municipal elections is a straight contest between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. And Congress, as it was absent in the 2015 elections, is absent from the elections even today. And as I said, yes, Rajouri Garden we have lost. And it is unfortunate that we have done so badly. But then there was a lot of unhappiness against the MLA leaving for being in Punjab for 1 year, for campaigning there, and finally resigning from the Rajouri Garden seat. And so people have voted strongly against the MLA, Mr. Jarnail Singh. But that doesn't mean that they necessarily support the Aam Aadmi Party or its policies. Interestingly, I am quite confident that the municipal polls will also show a different result in Rajouri Garden than these bipolls have done.